how do you decide when to cut off a streaming service? And in general, do you pay attention to your services and manage them well?
I guess it's when you stop watching stuff on it. Um, we stopped paying for Walmart Plus, which means we dropped Paramount Plus. We weren't using Paramount Plus a ton. Like I watched the Halo series on there, and I watched a couple of other things on there. But we weren't using it a ton. But it was also just an extra to Walmart Plus. But if Walmart Plus ever goes on sale again for 50% off, which is what we had paid for it, we're gonna scoop it right back up. We just don't want to pay full price for it. And
full price. You're a fool to pay full price.
Yeah, we submitted to cancel our Amazon Prime. I believe that goes into effect in August. We don't order stuff from Amazon Prime or Amazon as often as we used to, and the Prime shipping is not what it used to be, and we don't watch Amazon Prime as much as a lot of other streaming services. So we were looking at different ways we could cut our budget down some, and those were a couple of the things that we decided to axe. So it all came down to what we weren't using, and we're considering cutting a little bit more, but we'll see.
Well, let me ask you why. Is it because you're paying attention to the levels you're using it, or you're just trying to shave off some money off the budget because you need those gold caps?
Both.
I love how you answered before I got the joke in, and you just agreed with it. It's awesome. I love it.
We were looking for ways to save, and so we thought about which streaming services we were using the least, and said, "Okay, goodbye."
Because it adds up over time. Yeah. Let me see what I do have actively off the top of my head. I've got Disney Plus, Netflix, the Peacock, everybody, Peacock. I'd have to go look. For those are the ones I know I pay for. I know I probably have a couple more that I pay for. I've only used a free Crunchyroll, but I'm gonna. And I say this in all sincerity, it's only $8. But like, I want to trade an $8 service out that I'm not using. I've had Paramount Plus up and down. Tulsa King was my jam on there. I love Stallone and his writing. I watched most of the Star Trek stuff. The newest season of Picard, which is 3, I think I haven't seen. And I think I did finish Discovery, but I haven't watched any of the Brave New Worlds, Strange New Worlds. Anyway, yeah. Paramount is kind of up and down for me, but here's my thing too. I kind of got hooked into the fallacy of all this, right? Disney Plus for years just kept a steady run of things on there that I wanted to see. It'd be a movie, or of course COVID was happening, so the movie launches for Marvel, like Black Widow, the shows, we get that. And I honestly haven't touched Disney Plus since I watched X-Men 97, the final episode. I mean, I'm touched being relative. I haven't watched anything on it. I go in and go, yeah, I don't see anything I want. We haven't explored the Nat Geo side as much as we should. But I am thinking about keeping it because Hulu also has been up and down for me. And I'm like, well, if I can just bundle it with Hulu for $2, because that's all I really want to.
Yeah,
that's all I really want to pay for Hulu. I don't know why that is. I had it for a long time. We just didn't watch it, so I turned it off. They offered to have me come back for $2 a month or 3 months, so I did that. Then when it went up to $8, which is still not a lot, I went out. I'm gone. So there's that. But bundling is fine. But here's my thing: I pay for Peacock because right now, other than Netflix is my boy. I've been with Netflix since the DVD days, got the games in the mail days, got on board the second they started streaming. I've been here since day one, and I love it. I just constantly can find something to watch on Netflix. It's my style. I can't find everything I want to watch on Netflix, but I can always find something to watch on Netflix. So that's always my mainstay. But right now, besides that, Peacock is it. I'm enjoying some of the movies they have on there. Aaron and I just started. We've been watching some game shows like Weakest Link. You know, this is summer, right? So we're gonna catch some of that stuff, that brainless fun, but it's also trivia. And then they have a BBC show on there called For What It's Worth, 2 seasons. So we saw the first episode last night. My wife's like, I need more of this. And I'll give you a little quick rundown, Joe. It is a trivia show, quiz show, of course, in England, quiz show. But the money you win is based off of the antiques that you pick out. And you don't get to keep the antiques, it's the cash value. But these people who presumably do some kind of antique shop, not professionals, but do antique shopping, can value some. They go through, they get to see them all, look at them, touch them. And then as one person answers the questions, the other person picks the prize. And so if you answer the question right, you pick a prize that goes on your digital screen. And whatever that value is what you can win at the end of the game. And it's a fun twist. Surprise, the top prize on the first episode, $2,500. I looked at my wife like, can you imagine that being America? And be like, hey, you got to answer questions, then you pick up these prizes, but the most you're going to make is $2,500. Nobody would go on that show. Nobody. $2,500.
But what if they called it? What if they brought back Supermarket Suite? Everybody would be all over that, right?
Oh yeah, right now, but that's $1 million show. They can't afford to bring Supermarket Suite back. 100%. But I admired. I like this. One of the things I like about British TV is that you could tell they're there for the pride of knowing the answers, right? This is the kind of thing I saw at trivia nights that I hosted. You're proud that you win this thing. It's a fun challenge, and they enjoy the process of figuring out the antique and building that process. Because at the end, you pick one antique to hold on to, and that's your cash prize, basically. And they're just happy as can be. I'm like, I love it. They go on for the pride of knowledge, the joy of the game, the competition to see if we can make this happen, and they're walking away with in today's society chump change, especially on game shows, right? Anyway, all that being said,
would have paid for my recent car repairs.
I told you not to get those gold hubcaps. But I think so. I'm paying $6 a month for Peacock, but I think it's included in my Comcast bill, but I don't know how to connect it,
how to access it.
Right. And so I just like, but in my mind, it's killing me that I'm spending $6 for something that's included in another bill that I already pay. And Comcast is my internet provider because they can have their TV. I don't really care. Oh, HBO Plus or HBO Max. I pay for that. I just finally got that. I mean, my brother-in-law has been letting me use his, but I just got tired of asking for him to relog in or whatever. And it's worth it for me to have HBO. Apple TV is included with my phone, and originally it was with my first my iPhone 12, I think is what it came with. And then T-Mobile consistently keeps giving me that for free.
Giving you which one for free?
Apple TV Plus.
Okay. I have T-Mobile. That's how I get Hulu though. But
so I think it's the time you sign up.
It might be.
I gotta get my account fixed. I have a business account, so I gotta get my access to it fixed. But before somehow, it's something T-Mobile did. Is they updated that? When they consolidated all the apps for T-Mobile and they updated them.
Well, and they bought
I could not
Sprint.
check my account anymore.
So under Sprint, I had Hulu. So I guess I'm grandfathered into Hulu, maybe. And I mean, I'm sure it depends. I had MLB TV for a year. Just go, I might check it out. Soccer, major, not MLB. I didn't care about baseball. MLS. I had MLS because they offered it Apple TV through Apple TV for free. Like they'll say, hey, we'll pay for a year. I'm like, cool. I might check it out. Didn't. But yeah, I'm thinking about. I was gonna get rid of Disney, but it's like, well, there's some stuff on Hulu that I'm seeing more commercials for. I'm seeing more things I'd like to see. It's the summertime, so I kind of like that dumb TV that comes out in the summer just as a placeholder of game shows and different things that they try out that may or may not work. And that's all going to be on Hulu because essentially Hulu is network TV next day, more or less. Yep.
So yeah, I'm trying to figure out, but also you got to pay attention, because when it was only a few months ago, but a few months ago, that's when I figured out, I was like, wait a minute, why does it say on my Comcast bill, Peacock at $0? But I know I'm getting it through Roku because that's the thing. These companies won't always tell you what you have. They just won't.
Yeah, they like to bake things into there. I need to do a search now that, because it's been forever since Sprint was purchased by T-Mobile. I need to see if there's freebies that I'm missing out on, that just because I haven't called them up.
What model phone do you have?
I have an iPhone 10, iPhone X.
It's time for an upgrade, my friend. It is time for an upgrade.
Yeah, no, not
16 is coming out in a few months. It is time.
My wife and I, we've got a plan. We're gonna get new phones in about a year and a half. So we're working real hard to pay off some credit card debt, and then we're gonna get new phones after that.
Watch the deals, because they're like, my wife got her phone on T-Mobile. Now she had to sign a contract, but it's like it charges it, but for the month, and immediately puts a credit right back in for it. So she's getting it for free. Then we had to pay a few taxes on it. But yeah, I'm just saying, man, you're making my eyeball pop out. A year and a half more on an X. So you're gonna get the iPhone 18 before you think about upgrading.
Quite possibly, yeah.
It says if you have T-Mobile, you have Netflix, I think. Oh yeah, so you're right, you do. Again, who knows what promotions? And that's what I do like about T-Mobile. The signal's pretty good. I say pretty good. I mean, I have less dead spots than other phones I've had in the past, but there's still some issues in areas where other phones are like, oh, I got full bars. Like, yeah, okay, I got full bars most of the time. Anyway, no worries. But it's a fun company, and they are always giving me stuff I like, which is media. So I definitely got the Apple TV Plus. I want to say I did get the basic Netflix for free through them, but then I still,
which now has ads, right?
I don't know if the one that they maybe, because what I did was I took theirs. So yeah, sign me up. And then I just went and upgraded. So I'm paying the difference between that and that. I want the ad free, but also I really want that 4K experience. Like when I put something on my big screen to watch it, I want to watch it in 4K. So I pay like $2 or $3 a month for it, because I pay the difference between the two tiers. I forgot about that, civilian. So yeah. But yeah, Crunchyroll has been on my radar, and I'm thinking about pulling the trigger on that $7. And I think it's a better place to be in life for me personally, that I stopped and went, don't just hit the button on, I think it's $8. I think it's $7.99 a month. Don't just hit the button on $8. Go look at what you're actually paying for all your different services to make sure you want to. So,
yeah, and I think the price just went up on it too. It used to be like $5 a month or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure now it's $7.99.
Well, because
still, come on. How is that not worth it?
They bought out Funimation, and so they rolled up a lot more content into their stuff. But that was a whole hullabaloo. The people that had Funimation are pretty ticked because they basically didn't honor any of the contracts that they had that Funimation had when they bought it out.
Sucks to suck.